going on, NFL fans? Mr. Shawty here, back with another Shawty Talks podcast. Today we'll be talking about the AFC North offseason overview. Let's get into it. So the biggest one we got is the Bengals. First one we got, not biggest one, but Bengals. They could use a corner. Trey Flowers, Eli Apple. You do not want them on the outside. You got Woozier. You got Mike Hilton, slot corner. Get another cornerback. You could also use another tight end. You got Hayden Hurst, but he's proven in all the stops he cannot be the guy to replace Austin. He couldn't be the guy to replace Austin Hooper. He couldn't be the number one tight end in Baltimore, despite them drafting him over Mark Andrews. He's kind of proven that he can't be that guy. You could also use a defensive tackle, as well as safety depth, because right now your safety depth isn't great. And it's like I've been saying in these videos, once when you get into the fourth round, really you're looking at depth. That's really best case scenario, you're getting depth. Offensive tackle, you could argue Isaiah Prince. I really like Deontay Smith. I believe he needed another year to kind of further develop, add strength, but I was a big fan of him, so depth at the offensive tackle might not be the worst thing, but I don't think it's really that important. On to the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, I really like Donovan Peoples-Jones and I really like Anthony Schwartz, but I'm going to use a term for like baseball. They're kind of a platoon. They both, I think, do some things well. And with that said, I believe they're only number 3 wide receivers at best. So they can kind of platoon in that role. They could use a solid number 2. I mean, Schwartz, all he is a deep threat, over-the-top guy. And that's all great, but once you take that away, he's really nothing. Cleveland, they could also use a defensive tackle. Center also wouldn't be the worst idea. I know it's not on there, but with losing J.C. Treader. Defensive end, because of supposedly Jadeveon Clowney might be coming back. So you might need to scrap that one. I don't know whether or not he will, but that's the rumor I've seen. But as of right now, he hasn't. And you might want to prepare for when he doesn't. And I have tight end. Now, again, you're not going to find someone better than probably Harrison Bryant and David Njoku, and it's not a huge need. Like I said, center could probably overtake that. But when you do 3 tight end sets, I mean, Njoku, I believe he was hurt. Not last year, but in most years before that. So, I mean, again, getting another tight end probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the universe. And that's really all I have to say about the Browns. They got a very solid team. I mean, this division is really, it's a solid division. On to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, depending on where Patrick McCarry sits, if he sits at their swing tackle spot, which I think they need, I mean, both tackles were hurt last year, then you're going to need to draft a center. But if he plays center, you're going to need to draft a swing tackle. Now, again, you can wait to draft a swing tackle in the 3rd round, and you could probably wait to draft a center in the 3rd round. So that's not your highest need. You could also use a slot corner. I mean, you have a very nice secondary right now. Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, Marcus Williams, Chuck Clark. I mean, those are solid players. Now, you could maybe get away with moving Stevens to slot, but it's just like Minnesota. You could probably get away with having Sullivan as slot, but you could definitely use an improvement. You could also use an edge to go across from your 1st round pick from last year as well. Because the guys you got right now are depth pieces at best after missing out on Zadarius Smith. And again, those are picks you could probably do in the first 2 rounds. First 2 rounds, you could draft a nickel corner and a edge rusher and be fine. I also have defensive linemen, and again, you can wait now till the 4th round. Michael Pierce, great nose tackle, when healthy. He wasn't healthy for Minnesota. You guys could use a replacement level guy, draft him in the 4th round to replace Pierce if he gets hurt. On to the Steelers. Steelers, I have quarterback on here. I'm not saying draft one in the 1st round. Because it's like I said with this draft, you could picture any of these guys, and it's all about value of the pick over Mitchell Trubisky. Would I rather have this player along with Mitchell Trubisky or the player that I currently have and a new quarterback? I mean, that's what you're going to think of in the 1st round. And again, some of these guys might be able to slide into the 2nd. I have safety safety. You need another safety to go with Fitzpatrick. You have corner. I don't think their corners are all that great right now. I mean, their corners weren't great last year, and you lost Joe Hayden and you replaced him with Witherspoon, I believe. Not great. Not a lot else I can say. I have offensive tackle. Dan Moore did not look great last year, and I seen some Steeler fans were wanting him gone. I mean, you got the right tackle locked down for an average contract for a below average tackle, but replacing Dan Moore at left tackle might be in the best interest for Mitchell Trubisky. Again, I don't think quarterback's all that big of a need. I think Trubisky can be better than what you had out there last year, but that doesn't say a lot. But you guys still made the playoffs last year. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Peace out.